Let's see. Boom. Greetings, everyone. New episode of Wedlocked and Loaded 2026. And back by a popular... Oh, I'm Daniel Laurent.
Oh, my God. Did you forget how to do it? I'm Leah Nicole.
And then back by popular demand, I was going to introduce them a certain way, but they've had a rebrand, and we're going to get into that in a second. But formerly known as the Flirty Swingers, now the Flirty Pineapples, are back to join us again for 2026.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
We're so excited to be here.
How are you both?
We're great. Yeah, we had to rebrand because turns out socials don't really like the word swinger very much. So, and not only that, there was an issue with some people that felt a little bit uncomfortable following us because we had swinger in our name. Whereas if we were the Flirty Pineapples, they could follow us and it wouldn't necessarily out them in the same way. So we just made a minor transition.
I never thought of that because
that makes sense.
Because the pineapple is one of those things where if you know, you know.
You know, exactly.
Yeah. And just to be, I mean, this is kind of going off a little bit, but the symbol, right, is the pineapple upside down, correct?
Right. Right. Okay. Yep. Okay. Pineapples, sometimes flamingos people will use as a symbol of the lifestyle. What is that grass called? There's some sort of lawn decorative grass that is also a symbol, and I don't remember what it is.
Really?
Yeah.
That one I don't know.
I don't know.
It's like a fuzzy lawn grass. I'm going to look it up. I'll send it to you. I'll tag you guys. I'll post it and I'll tag you guys.
Okay.
It's probably all over your yard. You'll be like, I didn't mean to do
it. What's so funny is I posted. I don't know if I knew about the flamingos, and maybe I did and just forgot because pineapple is just so prevalent. But I had posted pictures and videos with me with flamingos, and somebody laughed. They laughed.
Probably why.
I'm like, what the fuck are they laughing at? You know, like my pictures and my videos are fly. You know, but
this wasn't intended to be funny.
Well, I don't know, but I mean, somebody put a bunch of laughing emojis underneath.
Oh.
And so I was like, oh wow.
It's if you know, you know.
They were giving you the side eyes.
Yeah, they thought they knew.
Meanwhile, I'm like, oh, I know. I was the flamingo whisperer that day.
They're like, I see you. Message sent, message, received. We get it.
So I wanted to ask, all right, so you explain the name change. All right, so the next question is, because I did a little bit of digging, and your last posted podcast was June of 2024 or July 2024.
So it actually wasn't. We changed our name. Yep. And so our podcast name is totally different than our identity here. However, we started working with a company. They released an episode, and now the communication we need to figure that out. So we tried to release episodes ourselves, but they started a different page for us, and so we've had trouble with Spotify getting ours to release because they have us under our name with our first episode.
We've got a backlog of podcasts right now.
We have like 12.
It's called like the Unexpected Us podcast. Is what we do.
Oh, now did you make it like vanilla for that like on purpose to not have the flags and all that jazz?
You know what? I don't know. I think it was them that suggested to us to have a different name for our podcast. Someone suggested to us that we should have a different name for our podcast than the name of our identity on Instagram. And since we don't know what we're doing, we just do what people tell us to do.
That sounds like a good idea.
So that's what we did. So it's the Unexpected Us with the Flirty Pineapples.
I get it. Okay. Because I was going to say, like, to not have your name in it, I wouldn't say that's a great idea, but I get it. Is because Unexpected Us, the Flirty Pineapple. Okay. Yeah. All right. So
if we ever can convince you to just go and check out a club, not play, just go as a monogamous couple just to check out the club and see what you think and see if it feels like a turn on as like foreplay, then we would love to have you on our podcast and talk about what it's like as a monogamous couple to go to a sex club and check it out.
So, okay. So I'm gonna push back. Who's to say that we haven't gone?
I was gonna say that. We can see
that's
you.
True.
And when Bella brought that up, I was like, they've been. I saw it.
Yeah, I mean, well, we talked about the last conversation we had. I mean, I feel like it was eons. Was it? It wasn't before COVID. No, right?
No.
Okay, obviously, but it just feels like it's just been a world. But
it's been a long time. I think you were the first podcast that we had ever gone on. So it was probably about a year and a half ago or somewhere around there. Yeah.
And so we left it with it will be interesting to like go together and like have that and then like actually like talk about it. So I mean, you have
Why are you pointing fingers? It's crazy.
Well, it doesn't matter. But I think that would be the content. That would be the conversation to both go and see and experience it how we experience it. And then it's like, oh my God. And then like
talk about it afterward. Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Because, it's out of both of us. And I think because of the comments that I make publicly, like it's not so much of a secret. I am fascinated, right? Like I am overly fascinated by the clubs. And it's not so much of partaking, and it's not even so much voyeur, but it's just I'm fascinated because in a typical, I'll call vanilla club, right? Like people are talking, it's like, hey, can I buy you a drink? And oh yeah, sweet baby. And then after when it gets like 1:45 and it's about time to close, well, here clubs close at 2, right?
Desperation sets in.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, I gotta close the deal. So then you go looking around for anything that's warm, right? But in the club, it's not like that. And the assumption is
looking for things that are warm.
Yeah, but it's different. People, it's not desperate. People aren't like, I need to, like, people are just talking. And if it happens, it happens. But like, I'm fascinated by, like, I could see people talking, I could see them connect, and I see them go in a room and close the door. And I'm like, holy shit.
That just happened.
Or like you see someone who is 500 pounds and they're just like walking across from you naked. And I'm like, okay. Because when would you, where would you ever be to see that? So I'm fascinated by it.
I mean, I think the difference between the clubs is that, there's obviously it's a mixed bag in a atypical club, right? And not everybody's there for the same reason.
Sure.
So because the intentions are because the intentions vary for everybody, of course, right? Yeah. Like if I go to, an atypical club, get out my face. Like I'm not here for that. Like I'm here to have a good time, listen to music, you know what I'm saying? And just vibe out. Right.
It's interesting because, I think you'd be surprised. I don't want to give too much away, but I think it might be surprised how similar they are.
Well, no, and I think that they are.
Oh, yeah. But it's hard.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. But like a lot of them, and one of the things about it too, it's almost, you can go to the same club 2 nights in a row and have a completely different type of vibe and people there.
Which we've had that experience.
Which we've totally experienced that.
Extreme difference. Yeah.
It has so much to do with the people that are there, right? So, but one of the things that we noticed more than anything when we go to like a lifestyle club versus just, Chicago, whatever, really is the boundaries, not only for physical boundaries. You'll see people touching each other, not like groping, but people will hug, and you'll see like a lot of touchy feely and kisses when you say hello, but also just kind of, I don't want to say emotionally, but when people are meeting one another and talking and whatever, there's a lot of those I'm
the
losing
barriers.
barriers. That's the word. Barriers. A lot of the barriers are gone. A lot of that,
Yeah.
Well,
so
all the
goes
bullshit,
away.
all the bullshit
Yeah.
is off because the assumption is we are here for the same reason, right? Even though it's not. But the assumption is let's skip all that. Let's skip your 6-month rule and all that bullshit. Let's get right to it. And let's see if we match. And if you're cool, right?
Yeah.
If you don't
we
seem
learn
like
more about people in 15 minutes. People that we meet. A lot of times in 15 minutes, we learn more about them than we know people that we've known for a couple of years.
Because you have, even though everyone is different and not everyone that goes to a sex club wants to play, and there are monogamous couples that go to sex clubs. The one thing that makes it stand out differently is that everyone who goes to a sex club is open to being complimented. They're open to you saying they look sexy. They're open to you flirting with them
and looking and checking them out.
Yeah. And you can eyeball them up and down, and you're not going to find a single person who's going to be offended by that.
No.
And it's nice. And I feel like in lifestyle environments, men get more compliments than they ever get in the vanilla world. And they can give more compliments comfortably without feeling like they're going to come off as creepy.
Like a creep. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, I love giving. I love because it's the different nights. Usually they have a theme, right?
The theme night, yeah.
And so people are in costumes. It's one of the things that kind of help you, like as an icebreaker. It gives you a reason to go up to somebody because they got this awesome costume or whatever it might be that is cool. You can talk about. And yeah, I see so many great costumes, so many great outfits, beautiful people that. It's kind of liberating to be able to go up there and say, "Oh my gosh, you look awesome!" And let me do a spin. Let's see the back of it, right? And
or even nice tits. Like you can say that in a lifestyle environment, and it doesn't come off as creepy or weird. And you can say it to anyone, like anyone in the place. You could say it to, and it's totally acceptable.
And oftentimes, when I've said, "Oh my gosh," if you don't mind me saying, "Your tits look amazing in this."
That's how you would say it.
They're going to show you their tits.
More than half the time. More than half the time, they're going to be like, "You want to kiss
here
it?"
You go. Yeah. So that doesn't happen in Chicago clubs.
No. Well, let me ask you this, because we and I love this because it's just I didn't want it to be like organic and like robotic conversation of question and answer.
You didn't want it to be organic, or you wanted it to be organic?
Damn, did I drink already?
You don't want it to be robotic.
I didn't want it to be robotic. So do you have a preference of the lifestyle clubs versus parties? Because there is a difference.
There is, and we've only been to a couple of parties. Actually, one.
We've been to.
What else have we been to? That's a party besides the one. All right, so I feel like.
Handful.
I like both. I don't have a preference of one over the other, but the party vibe is nice if you know everyone that's going to be there. Because I think my favorite, I feel like if you did ask me a year ago or whenever we talked what our favorite thing was. And I think it used to be the idea of a threesome, like 2 girls and a guy. And now I think my favorite is a group, but a group of people I know. And I want everyone to be in the room, and I'm okay with anyone in the room touching me, because for us, like, it's reduced like pressure, and it's just all fun. Then it's like you don't have to worry about anybody misinterpreting anything, and it's literally just like fun and exciting. So I would say if I got to choose everyone at the party, and I knew that everyone at the party would know us and want us, and we would know all of them. And it
was a good mix of people that liked each other as well. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Then maybe I would say party, but I feel like it's really nice to go to events because if you have 5 couples that you're talking to online and you're not sure about them because you cannot tell from profiles. Profiles are not a good indicator of if you're going to have a match. Sometimes the best pictures turn out to be the biggest assholes, and sometimes the worst pictures turn out to be the funnest people. So if you have like 5 couples that you're talking to, you can be like, "We're going to this event this weekend."
Yeah.
And if we vibe, we vibe. And if we don't vibe, we don't vibe. And you still get to meet other people, and we still get to meet other people.
Way less pressure.
It's not like going out for dinner and now your whole night's ruined because you wasted your time.
Right.
Okay. So we're derailing, and we're gonna do a couple of hands of never have I ever.
Okay.
Right.
I think I did have something to drink. All right, so I'm gonna read the back, but the bottom, should I read it?
I don't think so.
Okay, so the bottom line is
Summarize it. Give us the clip notes.
I'll read a card. If it applies to you, you take a shot or take a sip. If you haven't done it, you don't have to do anything. Now, when you take a shot or a sip, you can elaborate and explain, or you don't have to. But the whole point, and I'll read this part. Remember, the only real rule to the game is no judgment. So, yeah.
I'm sweet and innocent. I'm not going to drink at all.
Sure. Sure.
That makes two of us.
Sure. All right. So here's the cards. All right. Let me cut them.
I'm going to get my,
let's see,
my vodka and orange juice.
I'll cut them twice.
Just in case I'm going to get it handy.
Now, here's the thing too, because I mean, there's some wonderful questions in there, but there's also some like, what?
Stupid ones.
Yeah, what do they mean? Yeah. What is that? So we all drink to those.
Okay. All right. Let me get my stuff ready. Okay. All right. First question. Had a fling during a business trip.
Wait, maybe I'm more lame than I thought.
I don't think so. No. I don't think, well, I don't really have, so that doesn't apply.
Well, I did have somebody knock on my door on a business trip, hoping to have a fling. Does that count?
Like at 1 a.m. Yeah.
I was like, I'm not answering the door. And then they were texting me. I was like, no, I am married. And this was before we were in the lifestyle. I was like, why are you here?
Oh my God. No. So, okay. So no drinks. No drinks. Okay. So next one. Chase after, see, this is like the weird stuff. Chase after the person who mugged me.
Never been mugged. That is a lot of assumptions going on.
All right, so Leah's gonna
That would be a really good story.
It would be.
Do you have a story, Leah?
I don't. So no.
Did you drink?
No, I didn't. No.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought maybe I missed it.
Well, let me see. Hold on. Let's see. Okay.
So I have one.
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna do this one.
No.
Oh, that means you should probably do it.
No, because even if
okay, here's one.
Yeah.
Because this one, if this has happened, well, it's kind of interesting, but we'll skip it. Been paid for sex. Never have I ever been paid for sex.
Yeah, no, we haven't.
Oh,
I've been trying.
Would someone please pay Prescott?
I saw somebody.
Yeah.
Not in the traditional pay escort type service type way.
Sure.
What's
the non-traditional way? Let's hear this.
So there's been a few times where like with him and
don't put me in it.
Daniel, stop it, please.
They loved it so much they gifted you afterward.
Pretty much, yes.
Really?
Pretty much.
Wow.
But I mean, but even Daniel, like at early on, like whether he was giving me money or not, like beforehand, like there will be times where when he wouldn't put it in my hand, he'll literally like leave it on the dresser or on the bed, on the pillow next to me, like, and just won't be there when I get to getting up, shaking and moving.
You're a pro.
we should be learning from you.
We need some tips. Come on.
Right. Here's the next one. Never have I ever gone down on someone even though they smell bad.
Oh. I mean, I feel like I've been in that situation.
Yeah.
Like maybe not. Okay.
Yeah, not awful, but just
like maybe not like
tart.
Like you wouldn't make it the whole way, but like you try because like you feel bad, but you just. I do have a very sensitive nose, though. That's that, and it wasn't him.
He's looking like that.
And I don't want to slam.
Ouch. All right, you have one.
Never have I ever. This is kind of bad. Never have I ever had sex in a church.
Have we done that? We've had sex so many places. Have we not done that?
We have not done that.
The night's still young.
Now I have a mission. Now I feel like I need to go to church.
We need to find a mission.
I need to confess.
I have a mission.
That's
Walk in the church and then we can go confess.
So just save up a little bail money for us, would you please? Appreciate that.
Did you guys drink? I wasn't watching.
No, not for that one.
Okay.
No, I drank for the smell bad. All right.
Oh, you did?
Oh, you did? Wait.
I didn't see that.
More.
Well, I mean, I think I don't even know. So I think women have different pH balances and like different things happening. And so, sometimes like there's no smell and sometimes it's like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Little
and like it could be kind of where it's maybe 2 days after like that time of the month.
Oh,
yeah.
And so it's still kind of like a nickel or a penny.
Yeah.
So it's just like
that reminds me of, you know what I'm thinking of, don't you?
Uh-oh.
No?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. We were at a lifestyle event and we were with a couple and I was really into the girl and she was really into both of us, I think. And her guy was an asshole. But she also, I had been scratched by another girl like a few days before that or something, not knowing. And then we were with this girl and the smell was off, but I always feel a little bad when it's a woman because I feel like it could be so many things that she doesn't know is going on. And I didn't I hadn't thought about the fact that it could impact me because I was like, I'm not touching her there. Like, I'm not like my pussy isn't touching her pussy. So I'm just going to keep these things separated and it should be okay.
Yeah. But my hand touched both.
Yeah. So I ended up with BV after that. And I was like, bacterial vaginosis. And it's literally, it doesn't even have to be sexually transmitted, but it can be sexually transmitted. And it smells vulgar, like the worst smell.
Was it instant? It wasn't instant.
No. But within like a day or two, I swelled up really bad because I had that scratch inside of me from this other girl that I had been with. So I swelled up to unrecognizable sizes. I did not know what was going on. I was like on those like speed dial and we were on vacation, speed dial to the doctor. I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? But then the other thing that happened was the smell. I have never had that before. I just don't have a lot of body odor down there at all. So there was like a little bit of a scent and I noticed a little bit of a scent. And so I was like touched down there. I'm like, honey, what is this? The smell. He was like,
yeah, that does smell. You can do that with your spouse, right? Here, taste this. This is horrible.
Yeah.
You should.
And he's like, yeah, that smells a little off. So then I put my finger inside of myself because I was like, let me just see if it's worse. I pulled my finger out and I was like, I think I did. It was you. Yeah.
I tried it out. Yeah. And it was
literally both of us were like, my eyes were watering. I was like, oh my God, I hope you're going to ever be attracted to me again in my life because this is so gross.
But I guess, so did yours smell like what she smelled like, or was it different because of the scratch?
Well, I think it was different because it was different when he inserted his finger because it was deep penetration. You were pulling that scent out. It was like what she smelled like on steroids when it was like what she smelled like if it was just the outside. But then once he penetrated me and pulled his finger out, it was so much worse. And it was bad. I was like, I should probably message her, let her know this is what's happening. You've got this going on. Like not in a judgy way, but in a just let me inform you kind of way. Like I tested positive for this and you might have this too. So I did end up messaging her about that, but
did she respond?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either, honestly.
Oh, wow.
Okay. But anyways, that was fun.
I think that you posted something a while ago about either good practices or being cut. there was something that I remember you posted about.
Probably that. It was probably that.
Like fingernails and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
You know,
yeah, the girl that scratched me had really long fingernails, which I love fingernails. Like I am a huge fan of pretty fingernails. I'm into it. Hers were like really super long. And so I was nervous about it before we even got together. But then I was like, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. And it was not fine. And now if someone has really super long fingernails, if they don't have a couple fingers with those fingernails chopped, I'll be like, could you just use your mouth or just maybe keep your fingers like right at the entrance? But I will not do penetration with super long nails.
Well, you learned the hard way.
I think
I did.
Wrong card.
No. What do you mean I got the wrong?
I feel like we have them like the after dark ones.
No, there's a taboo after dark. All right, well, look through that. Okay, so here's one. I never have I ever changed my mind about sex when I saw the person naked.
That's a really good question, actually.
I never changed my. Let me qualify this.
We might have the same.
My desire for sex has gone down.
Yeah.
Not that I turned away and said, nope, forget it.
Yeah. Same.
You know what I mean? But so I guess.
So that means that
we'll both take a drink.
A qualified yes.
I don't know if I have. However, when we started in the lifestyle, I remember thinking, I don't need to see naked pictures of anybody before we get together. I don't care. Like I'm not a size queen. I don't have any particular desires in terms of body types. But I have learned, I think, in the lifestyle that I'm pretty okay with seeing people naked ahead of time. It's kind of nice to know if someone is exactly your vibe. Yeah. Exactly your vibe physically.
All right, let me see. Here's one. Never have I. Well, I think there are like naughty.
Yeah.
But I don't know what those are.
Yeah.
These are like.
Yeah.
But these were like risque at the time, though.
I know. Isn't it funny?
Yeah.
It's funny when you start doing these things, like you guys have been to a club. I want to hear more about that. You guys have been to a club and I feel like the things that you used to think were super edgy now just feel like, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'll take a little more spice.
It's not a big deal. All right. So this one is like kind of sweet, right? I mean, well, actually, it's not. So take that back. You're probably going to judge me after I read the question. So never have I ever professed my love for someone while drunk.
Oh, I do that every single fucking time I get drunk. I love everyone when I'm drinking. I'm like, I love you so much.
All right, so get your glass.
I become the most lovey-dovey person ever.
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
We're good drunk.
I have one. Never have I ever hooked up with someone and kept it a secret from my friends.
I feel like I should chug
this
like
whole
a
lifestyle.
lot.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, the lifestyle kind of, I don't talk to my friends about it, so I've got a lot.
Everyone thinks he's sweet and innocent. I feel like they might think that I'm corrupting you, but no. Most of our vanilla friends would never guess that Prescott is in the lifestyle. Most of them would guess that I am, but most of them would be like, what?
Well, I see that because you are, one, you are, no pun intended, you are like the mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Right. And so like, even like the videos and so I think with the glasses and then with just kind of presenting as more quiet.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the assumption I think would be that this is your bag and Prescott is just trying to be a good spouse.
Yep. I get that a lot.
Holding on for dear life.
Yeah.
But you know what?
I
have a comparison and I never thought about it until now. You know what it's like without talking to you. I think the assumption is similar to like John Legend and Chrissy Teigen, where Chrissy Teigen just seems like such a wild card and John Legend is so reserved.
Yeah.
And like, we are ordinary people. Like, how did they meet and how, like, what is that?
Yeah.
But the reality is he's probably a wild boy.
Yeah.
I bet
Yeah.
it is.
Well, and that's the way it works too. It's funny because I think that excites me about just like men in general in the lifestyle. The guys, I feel like I kind of like, oh, so many things have changed since the last time we talked to you guys. I feel like when we talked to you guys, was I only with women?
I believe so.
Yes,
Okay.
I do remember that because that changed?
Yeah, that's changed. So we've been with couples now. We're not with single guys ever, but we've been with couples too. It was like it was a crude transition because we decided we were going to try it, and then we tried it like too fast and we needed to pull back because it was like way too much for me. I was like, okay, I thought I wanted this. I don't know if I want this. And and you thought you wanted it and you weren't sure if you wanted it. And we've worked through it. So now we've done both. We've been with couples and it's been really fun. But I feel like the guys that I am most attracted to in the lifestyle are the comedians, like the super outgoing guys that are just funny and they're lighthearted, because then I know, because I don't like it when someone obsesses over me, and I don't like it when I feel like it means more to them than it means to me. This is literally casual sex. I am not going to obsess about you. I'm not going to think a ton about this afterward. That's just the reality.
And so, yeah. And so that
I like the outgoing guys or the guys who come off as conservative but are really good flirts. Like, and it makes me feel special that they're flirting with me because they look so reserved and yet they're like actually super spicy or super pervy in a way that I didn't expect.
I've never heard super pervy as a compliment.
So, what made you feel as though you were ready to do couples? Like, how did you know you were ready to try it?
I feel like what happened was it's really hard to find a unicorn in the lifestyle. It's hard to find just a single girl, which still I love that idea and I would love to do that. It's still my favorite part of the lifestyle because I get dick at home like all the time. So adding something new is fun. So I think what originally made us get started with it was we need to expand our horizons because we want to play more. And right now we're just looking for this one thing that's really hard to find. So
then, I think, well, originally too, though, excuse me. If we back up a little bit, we started in the lifestyle really just so Bella can be with women because it was uncovered that she's bisexual. So, and I was like, well, then you should experience that part of your sexuality if you want to, and she was like, okay, yeah, she did want to, but then she was like, but I want you to do it with me. And I was like, what? So that's kind of
back to you on that.
Yeah. So I was like, so that's how it started. But, and I knew that I had a double standard because like, look, I was open about it. And I said that I can't reciprocate that, meaning that I did not want to see her with another guy. And so I know that it was a double standard. And she was like, I don't care. That's, this is,
I'm good. Let's just
like,
do girls.
Good. She didn't desire that. So, and part of, and I think some of it, the transition also, because I kind of figured out why I had such an issue with it. We were with a group of people. When I say a group,
6 people
total, including us. Right. And I remember, and they're the sweetest guys, just super nice people. And I remember thinking afterwards, like, oh my gosh, like the boundaries and everything that we had adhered to and everything else. I thought to myself, you know what, with these guys, I don't know why I feel like it would be okay. Like that it wouldn't bother.
It was like a safe space.
Yeah. And then I started thinking about it and thinking about like, okay, what really dawned on me, I had a bit of an epiphany, lack of a better word, was that every time I thought about like Bella with like seeing her with another guy, the very idea of it, for whatever reason, I always in my head conjured up kind of a nameless, faceless douchebag, like a disrespectful fucking asshole, like just a punchable person, right? that's what I always thought of for some reason. And then when in the real world of like, being with couples or, I mean, but the women and then us parallel playing with everything else and getting to know these guys and having fun and talking and getting to know these guys and feeling safe and comfortable and getting along with them. I thought that's when I was like, oh my gosh, I've always defaulted to this punchable douchebag that it isn't really reality. I mean, they're out there, right? But that wasn't the reality. And I thought to myself, I think actually we can start moving some of these boundaries a little bit. And so that's kind of how it all kind of, it was a couple different things that kind of started off that change in boundaries with us.
Now, let me ask you this, because I'm thinking, so if you had such, I don't know if it was a hard, let's assume, and well, I mean, let's say hard boundary, right? So if you had such a hard boundary, was like the gateway having another couple there, and then the guy just kind of watches and maybe lightly pets to like.
Actually, during that happened. You called it.
I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how descriptive you want me to be, but there.
Go on.
There was so we were with these two other couples, and oh my gosh, yeah, they were beautiful.
The women were beautiful, yeah.
Holy cow. And and one of the coolest things ever too, by the way, was they had a 15-foot shower with 3 shower heads in there and everything.
Jesus.
Yeah. So it started off that.
Is their home?
Yes. It's a custom home they had built.
And the address over.
Yeah, it was awesome.
With a pool. They also had a pool indoor. It was amazing.
It was awesome. So anyways, one of the things that again, the women played, and that was awesome, and even hotter than I thought it was going to be. Exceeded my expectations. But it was funny where I was at this point, we had separated off, and each partner was with their partners. I'm with Bella, and she's facing the opposite direction of me, just to paint a picture. But the other guy, he was.
What do you mean I was facing the opposite direction of you?
I was behind you.
Doggy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys okay with us saying sex stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I just don't want to.
Confused by what you're saying.
I know. I just know this isn't.
I got you, Preston.
Okay. So and the guy, I remember the guy was laying on his back here, and he was getting done by his wife. And as he is climaxing, he reaches over to Bella and she's got her beautiful breasts hanging down, and he just grabs one as he's going.
And I just assumed it was him because we had not talked about the guys like touching. They knew I was there for the girls. Yeah. So I didn't even know what was happening. It didn't make a difference to me either way.
I thought it was
Prescott told me about it afterward. Yeah. And not in a I'm angry kind of way, but in a
I thought it was kind of adorable and hilarious. And you're like, you know what I mean? Like he's just like, okay. And it's great. You know, I'm like, I get it. I'm with dude. I totally get that. I'm like, I get it. But I remember thinking afterwards, I'm like, not only didn't feel like, hey, what are you doing? Like some boundary, some invisible boundary or whatever. But I thought it was kind of funny, and I'm like, sure, why not? And I didn't care. And where the evening started, where we talked about boundaries and everything else at the beginning of the night. By the end of the night, I felt different about it, just because of the guys and just the people we were with. But then the more I thought about it later, that's when I thought, I'm like, do I not care at all about that? Whereas I thought that would be something that would take me out of the moment, let's say. And so that's when I started in my head, started thinking about it, like reevaluating things and like, what's going on with me? So,
and then I became the problem because I don't want to fuck most guys. I want to fuck like 2 guys, like not very many guys.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's a problem necessarily, but it does make it's always funny because she's very picky with guys, and I'm surprisingly more picky with women than she is.
I just like women. I don't know that I've met a woman that I'm not like, I'm intrigued. Let's go. But
so it
guys,
makes it
I'm more
difficult.
picky.
So it makes us even harder to find a good match sometimes.
Yeah.
Because we've booby trapped ourselves with that. So
now let me ask. Okay.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
It does make a lot of sense. And I think because of where you were and where you got to, my my guess would be, as long as it's like respectful and kind of I don't want to say sensual, but for lack of better terms, as long as it's like let's say
I know what you mean.
Let's say honorable play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's
versus like disrespectful and they're like slapping her in her face and doing like that's not your bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, some people, and that's totally
some
cool.
people are into that, and that's what they want. And it's, you know,
you fucking smack me in the face, I'm gonna punch back. Do not fucking smack me in the face, no matter.
But that's the kind of thing though you got to talk about first, right? Like you better not assume those kind of things with anybody. You better talk about those boundaries beforehand. You know what I mean? And so everyone's on the same
and when it's time to have those boundaries, like how do you approach them? Like how do you approach the conversation of boundaries? Like
we literally, it's like foreplay for us, like to have that conversation when and we actually had a situation recently where we didn't anticipate that someone would be coming back to our room, and it kind of threw us off, and so we didn't end up having that conversation. We kind of thought that we knew where they stood, and then we found out at the end of the night that we were not on the same page. It worked out fine, but it reinforced for us that like making sure that you explicitly have that conversation in advance, even if you think you know what they want, what they want might change from one time to the next. So literally we'll be like, we don't play a ton. We're pretty selective, but if we are in a situation where we're about to play, or we know that we got a hotel room, so that's where it's headed, we'll be like, what are you into? Like, what would your perfect night look like? Let's talk about it. And then let's see where we match and where we don't match. And then it's pretty easy. If they say like, oh, anal would be amazing, I'll be like, okay, yeah, no, you're not putting your dick in my ass. Sorry, that doesn't work for me. That hurts. I don't want that from anyone but my husband, and only very fucking rarely. So then you have the opportunity to say like what it is that you're into.
Yeah. And even with the last time where we hadn't really set those boundaries in place, we always defer to the most conservative, so nobody's,
or you ask.
You ask. Exactly.
Basically what happened was his wife was giving him a blowjob, and there were other people in the room, and we thought that they were there to like play and stuff with us too. And I reached in and started like stroking him too, assuming that was like okay. And then like he came and I was still kind of touching him afterward, and then I was like, oh, I didn't even ask you, do you like to be touched afterward? Is this okay? And he's like, oh, not usually, but I'll make an exception for you. And I was like, oh, cringe. I just touched someone that doesn't like to be touched afterward. And that's kind of an important thing for guys. Like some guys love it if you keep touching them afterward. He does, but not every guy does. And I should have asked that before I did it. Or like, I love cum. So like the idea of him coming on me and another woman is really exciting to me. I love that. But we're not going to do that without asking. So I will always ask that at the dinner table ahead of time, or if we're getting drinks, we'll be talking about the fluid play.
Perfect dinner conversation.
Because I want to know. Totally. I want to know if I have that to look forward to, or if that's like off the table, he's just coming on me or in me or whatever.
Right.
So we're going to get back to the game in a second. And we're picking out like good cards, and I have a couple of questions. So one, and this is in your name, so I really want to get both of your opinion about it. So flirty.
Yeah.
What is there a difference in your opinion of being flirty versus just being nice? And the reason why I'm asking this question, I actually just told you I hate when people do that. They ask a question and they say their thing. So the reason why I'm asking this question is because Leah and others have always said that I'm really flirty. I think there are times where I know if I'm being flirty, but then for the most part, I'm just being nice.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that the line is really, really thin.
Yeah.
So for both of you, how do you view, do you feel like flirting is innocent and kind, or is it usually with intention?
That's a good question.
And I love this question because it's a controversial question for a lot of people. I am also very flirty by nature with everyone, girl, guy, whatever, and it is not goal oriented. So I feel like for me, it depends on if it's goal oriented or if you're just like enjoying life. And I've seen videos with like Chris Hemsworth. He's a very flirty person, whether he's straight, as far as I know, but he's very flirty with both guys and girls. And the video that I saw about this was him laughing and being touchy-feely with, what's his name? Captain America. What's his name?
I don't know. Chris.
The other Chris. Yeah. He was, and they were just being touchy-feely with each other and whatever. And people are like, well, this looks like flirting behavior. It is flirting. Like if he did that with a woman, most certainly that would be interpreted as flirtatious. But they're both just happy people that are being kind with other happy people, and they're not trying to fuck anybody. They're just having fun. So for me, the difference is, are you being nice to try to fuck me? Or are you just like a vivacious person? It's both flirting, but one is goal oriented and one is not. And I feel like a lot of people categorize all flirting as goal oriented, and I don't think all flirting is goal oriented.
No, it's hard to read intent.
Agreed.
It's hard to read intent if it isn't, if your intention is to have sex with them, let's say, or if it is just to be flirty and fun. And that's where the problem sometimes lies with how other people interpret it. Like I've always been, growing up just touchy feely, and my boundaries were fairly loose, and I like to.
He was in theater. Like all the theater people are touchy feely.
Like to be playful and whatever, and that stuff. So it's just the way that I was. I had actually ratcheted it back once I got out of high school and even college, whatever. Just because there were misunderstandings, that kind of thing. But the lifestyle is nice because, I mean, it allows it. I actually kind of had to relearn it a little bit, as far as, because, being in the business world and everything else, like you end up shutting all that shit down for decades, right? Where you
in an HR office.
Yeah, you don't even go up to a coworker and put your hand on their shoulder or tap. I just don't touch anybody, right?
Yeah.
I just don't, none of that shit.
Yeah.
So I had to relearn all that. So Bella's like telling me, come on, you got to go flirt. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
I was like, help me out
here. Come on, you got to
flirt.
flirt. I'm like, this is so weird. My wife is telling me to go flirt with other women. Like, just my mind was blown. But so I've had to kind of try to I work out and get some muscles when it comes to flirting again. You know what I mean? And and start over again. But it is, we enjoy being fun and playful, and we love people, interacting with people, and I like being stupid and telling absurd jokes and whatever and all that kind of stuff. And I know that when it comes to the lifestyle, there's the flirting, but it's a little easier in some ways in the lifestyle because you can overtly flirt, right? Where you could never, you'd get a punch in the mouth at a bar in Chicago, right? You know what I mean? Whereas in the lifestyle, you can flirt like that, like me saying to somebody like, "Oh my gosh, your tits look great in that," and she's like, "What?" It's like, "Here," and I go in and play, and that's pretty overt, I would say that. But
it has also gotten me into trouble because I am so flirtatious with everyone, and I am not goal oriented. Even at sex parties, I'm not really goal oriented. I'm not thinking about the end game. I'm just enjoying the night. And literally I could go to any night. I don't need to fuck someone else to be happy. I am going to be so perfectly fucking happy just going around flirting with people, being touchy-feely. I make out with a lot of people, all those fun things. But I have learned that it's really important for me to set a boundary with people right from the beginning. I shouldn't say set a boundary. Set their expectations.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
And say, I'm actually a slow burn when it comes to play. So I don't want to like mislead you. I don't know that that's where this is going to end. And if you don't want me to flirt with you like this, I won't, because I don't want you to end up feeling bad. So I've learned that, because it has been, we have had a couple of situations where people just really thought we're going to play because of how I was acting.
Well, you mentioned too, like it's interesting to go to a lifestyle club where you see, you know, a couple meet, whatever, then they just disappear. When we see that, and that's cool. And as much as
I'm going to drink because I've done that.
Okay. As much as we would like to be more like that, we're just not. We're not. Yeah. We're not like, hey, we met, let's go. And
I gotta like you.
She is.
I have to know you as a person a little bit. I have to feel like. Initially, we thought we would be like, I don't want to know anything about you. Like, I don't want to know where you stand on things. I don't want to know that stuff, because we were afraid that was going to blow things. We're like, just don't tell us. And now I'm like, no, actually tell me, because I want to know if we connect. And I want to, same with him. Like, not only do I want to vibe with both of those people, but I want to see them vibing with him. And he's straight as fuck. I would love it if he were even like a tiny bit bi. That'd be fun for me, but he's not. But I still need to see him like enjoying the guy's company. And he does banter really well. He's like, he'll like shoot the shit with guys and they'll be laughing and joking around. And if I see that, I'm like, I feel much more open to explore that connection then. Whereas if you're just kind of standing there with the guy, which rarely happens with you, because you make conversation very easily. But if you're just kind of standing there with the guy, I'm like, no, we're out. We're not even going to do this.
Yeah. Well, it's just important. I mean, if the guy's going to be around, even if he's just going to be, even if their boundaries are that they just do like, you know, parallel play or soft swap and then parallel, whatever, and just there for the women, which is totally cool. You know, if I still want to get along with a guy, and you still want to have a decent, I don't know if even a connection, but a rapport with the dude.
You're sharing space.
Yeah, exactly. So it's important. It's important.
Yeah.
Well, same with the girl. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. So how does that work in a sense?
Well, no. Don't act like, I want to know, what's your stance on flirting? Like, what's your
what is your stance? Let's hear it.
Now, well, get ready. Long night, guys.
So for me, I feel like, well, I think so. It's interesting, and so I think some, like, flirting can be natural for some people. You know what I mean? And there is no intent behind it. It's just something that happens, right? So I feel like for myself, I don't outwardly flirt. Like, I don't, you know, go out and be like, oh, you know, today's going to be the day I'm going to flirt with somebody. You know what I mean? But I can literally just be having a conversation with someone and make eye contact with them. And for whatever reason, like, that eye contact, although I mean nothing by it other than just giving the respect of looking at you to have the conversation, to let you know that, you know, I'm engaged, you know, in the conversation, that eye contact can like shift things, you know,
with guys.
Well, both men and women.
Okay.
And, you know,
she's really big on not sending mixed signals and tells me I do it all the time.
I try not to.
Yeah. She tells me I send mixed signals all the time. I mean, there are examples where I blatantly contributed to it. But
he's done the same thing.
I've done that before.
When we were vanilla, especially when we were vanilla before the lifestyle, he's definitely done the same thing where I've been like, honey. So he worked I worked with I was the token straight dude in this group of people that I worked with in the office, and there was another woman there, and I was thinking nothing of it. The gay guys flirted with the women all the time, like openly, but they were gay.
Yeah, and
so he was doing the same thing.
But she knew I was straight.
She thought that he wanted her.
Yeah.
And I told him, she thinks that you want her. What are you doing? And he was like, no. And then she showed up. What happened? Oh, she showed up somewhere. Was it at a gig of yours?
I don't remember where. No, I think we actually just saw they met at a store, like on escalator.
Something, and she was talking to me, and she was like, "Oh, he's married."
Oh, that was a different one. I've done this a couple times. It's not good. That was a different one. That was a band thing where she was not like a groupie, but she kept coming in all the time, and she thought that I was just being really, really, friendly and nice, whatever. She didn't know that.
But I had told him, I had warned him, and he did not listen to me. He thought I was wrong, and I was like, "No, you are misleading this girl."
You talked to her after a show, and she was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, and I'm like, "What?" And I felt really bad.
Up all giddy and happy, and I was like, "No, you're in trouble right now."
That was a different person than the one I worked with. The one I worked with,
I call that dangling false hope. That's what I call it.
But there's a movie, and I don't know if you've seen it. What's the name of it? It's the movie with Idris Elba and Beyonce's in it. And the girl, I forgot her name. Damn, I forgot her name. She was also, I don't know if you ever seen like the Final Destination movies, but she was in like the first one. I just saw that.
Bam.
So Idris Elba was like a high level executive. Beyonce was his wife, and the girl, damn, I just had her name. Lori. Anyway, so she was, I think, the secretary or something. And he was just being like kind and like, blah, blah, blah. And she was taking like his gestures as advances. And then she made up this thing in her mind that like they're together. Mm-hmm. And so then she started like acting on it, and it got insanely crazy. Yeah. But watching that movie, and I told Leah, I'm like, I can absolutely see myself doing that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see anything wrong with what he wasn't doing things like, picking her up and helping her move into a house, but it was something like, hey, are you okay today? Like, And so it's tough. And I guess to Leah's point, I'm trying to be more mindful of it. Sometimes people are seeking a certain thing. And then when you provide that thing, whatever it is, that little nugget, it checks a box, and now they're locked in, and you weren't even thinking about it.
Yeah. And that ends up feeling disrespectful to your partner, especially in monogamous situations, because that other person is interpreting this as you're hitting on them and you're interested in them and you're disregarding your partner. And I feel like that's what makes it different in the lifestyle, is that can happen. And then the onus is on me either way to explain what my intentions are, whether I'm monogamous or non-monogamous. It's just a little bit easier in non-monogamy to say, hey, I'm a slow burn, actually. Like, just so you know, I'm being flirtatious, but I'm not looking to fuck you. That's a super easy conversation to have in the lifestyle. Whereas monogamy, it feels more weird to be like, I'm being nice, but I'm not trying to fuck you. Because then the other person could be like, well, I never fucking thought you were trying to fuck me. What are you talking about?
I wouldn't have gave you the chance anyway.
Yeah. It's harder, but I get it because back when that happened, even with Prescott, I was like, I feel like I'm being disrespected right now because this person knows you're married and thinks you're hitting on them without my knowledge. And then that feels gross. Like, that makes me want you to set a boundary so that they know you're not trying to sneak around on me, or you're not like dissatisfied in your relationship with me. So like you're, copping a feel here or there, trying to get your flirt on with someone else.
No, it was definitely a learning moment for me. Cause I was like, I was kind of, it was
plural.
Almost like I was, I've had a couple, but like where I felt like it was like, came out of nowhere. I'm like, wait, what? And then I'm like, I'm such a dumbass. I'm like, I thought about it over again. I'm like,
well, you replayed everything.
Yeah. I'm like, of course they could interpret it that way. I'm in my head. I'm thinking, oh no, you know what I mean? But I stuck in my own head, where then I get out of my own head and imagine it from their perspective. And I'm thinking, well, no shit, Sherlock. Of course.
Yeah.
But like, you can interpret it that way. You're an idiot.
But I think a lot of people are just like assholes. And so
was that too.
I think, people are just kind of used to dealing with whatever the shit is that people deal with. And so when you have a person that's actually kind, and it's like, hey, I'm going to the store, I'm right around the corner from your house, do you want something? Like, that's not, and talk about like, goal, like, thinking about trying to close a deal. I'm just simply being kind.
Well,
and it gets misinterpreted sometimes of like,
I think it can definitely go both ways. And I think, specifically with you, you are genuinely like a kind person, a kind-hearted person. And, you typically like, you look out for people because again, that's who you are. But like, if you are doing this consistently with the same person, that's when it gets a little tricky, right?
So I have to spread my love around.
Not necessarily spread your love around, but just dial it back a little bit across the board.
Yeah. Well, and it's tricky because you don't know how they're interpreting it.
That's
the thing.
Yeah.
And I think, it's good if you can be a little more aware of how they're responding to you, because that will let you know how they're interpreting.
I don't see it though, unless they're like, oh my God, like I love that you did this for me. Like, I want to suck you. Like, unless it's something so blatant, I don't see it that way.
Leah does. We women are in tuned to how other women perceive things.
I'm always crazy when I say something, right? And it's like, oh, they would never. And I'm like, dog, they absolutely would.
Well, sometimes if I know someone has a certain type,
that is not like, dick is dick, right?
Yeah. But also, Daniel, you are undervaluing yourself. Leah understands your value. She knows what other women see in you. So you have to trust what she is seeing, because she knows. Like, I know if a woman is interested in my husband and she is taking his flirtation differently, I can fucking see it. I know. And if he disregards me when I say that, I'm like, you're being an asshole, because I know what's happening here. I'm a woman. I can see it. I know what's happening. And I'm flattered when a woman flirts with him. I am flattered. And I think it's nice when he makes a woman feel nice. I like that, but I don't want her thinking she has one up on me. I do not want her thinking that he wants, like, he's unsatisfied with me, so he's looking to her to fill some gap. I want those boundaries to be super fucking clear.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, I had a situation and I didn't think anything of it. Like, there was this Facebook group that like a bunch of like people, like a lot of the people, everybody like knew each other in this Facebook group. And some were like, there was I don't know how to really explain it, but like people were like connected, whether they went to school with each other, associates, or just like familiar in the neighborhood, like, and so, in this group, people are posting, saying things, that we're meeting up, like, but it's really a good time. And there was, there's no secret. Some people were married, some people were single, some people were, in long-term relationships, whatever the case may be. And like, I remember a friend, like, he was like, yo, my cousin likes you. And I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, I don't get that. He's like, man, he was like, he said he knew you from, he knows you from elementary school, and he's liked you since then. Okay. That was 30 plus years ago. Okay.
He's holding on. He's going to pull your chair out when you see him.
So I'm like, no. And so I think he ended, like, I mean, he was like commenting like on my personal page, like commenting like on pictures and stuff like that. Nothing disrespectful, you know what I mean? But I'm just like, oh, okay, well, whatever. And then so fast forward, he's like, oh, I love to take pictures of you. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna set that up. Like, I need to take family pictures,
Oh my gosh, yeah. Just going over your head.
You show up with Daniel and the kids. He's got the suave bedroom set up.
Some lingerie, candles,
in his bathrobe.
Yeah.
I mean, and it goes on, but I'm like, oh, like, yeah, let's set it up. He's like, oh, well, before we do that, what I'm saying, like, yo, I'd just love to kick it with you. Like, we can go out for dinner. And I was like, oh yeah, no, that, that, like, maybe we can do like group lunch or something like that. But like dinner, it's kind of awkward. You know what I mean? Like,
he's like, damn, she just wants to get down. Yeah. That's all she wants.
He answers the door in a towel.
Yeah. She doesn't fuck around. She's just going straight at it. Like, all right.
Is this a thing that I know about?
Yeah. So
Daniel's like, I need to know if I should be pissed right now or not.
Yeah. Didn't he sent a message saying that?
Well, I don't know. You know about.
You had a couple.
Yeah, you know about a few.
All right, listen. Jesus Christ. Okay, so back to the game.
Well,
okay,
just really quick. So the way that I tied it up was, like after a while, I was like, oh snap, the cousin was really right. Like he does like me, and he was like letting me know, like, so I had a few name changes in middle school and in elementary school, and so not too many people know, my real last name, and so he's like, yeah, your last name was this, and I was like, oh, like then it became scary for me because it was like
he really does know me.
Yeah,
he really did sit by me in kindergarten.
And so long story short, like he had made some comment like, oh, after dinner or lunch or whatever, like we can like hook up for real. He was like, whatever. And I was like, okay, pump your brakes. Like I'm married, you know what I mean? And I'm not interested, but I'm also married. You know what I mean? Like, and even if I wasn't married, like I'm not interested. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he say, "Are you happy?"
And but that's always a question.
Now that would piss me off.
Yeah.
That's
always
crossing
a
the
question.
line. If I say that I'm married
happy?
and you ask if I'm fucking happy, you're
yeah.
What? But
there's no but.
No, there is a
because if someone asks you that.
What if I'm happy?
If you're happy,
I'll say. I mean, it depends on the day.
Well,
no, I wouldn't.
But then their motivations because they're like, well, I want to know, is there wiggle room for me? Like,
yeah,
is there
that's the whole. So for me, when people ask that question, it's the selling rule of ABC: always be closing, right? Yeah. So if someone tells you no, then there's always like you have your follow up. So like, hey, I'm not interested in subscribing to your program. Well, can you just try it for 7 days and see what you think? So if someone says that they're married, morally or religious wise, it's off limits, but maybe they're not happy. And then when you say, so are you happy? And then the person starts thinking of all their traumas, they're like, actually, I'm not. What's your phone number? And now so good for you.
I hate that. I hate it so much. I cannot even tell you how gross I think that is.
But people, because there was a song back in the days, it was a rap song, I Got a Man.
What your man got to do with me?
So what your man got to do with me? I'm not trying to hear that. See, I got a man. And so from that time, I knew, like, for me, it's never a follow-up for me of, even if someone says they're in a relationship, I don't think to say, well, are you happy?
Yeah.
Right. I think that's just a different level of like, okay, this person really wants to close the deal.
Yeah, they're transactional. Yeah, they are literally just in it to get fucked. Yeah. They're not in it to connect with you or to know you or respect you as a person or respect your relationship. And to me, like we respect each other, obviously, but our relationship is the number one priority. Me getting what I want, him getting what he wants, those are priorities, but they're not the top priority. The top priority is whatever's best for our relationship because we value that. And so if you disrespect my relationship with saying something like that, if someone said that to me, like at a club, I would literally be like, what did you say? And I would let them repeat it. And then I would turn and walk away. And that would be it.
I feel like you would punch them in the face.
Yeah.
I would literally, they would be able to tell from the look on my face because I can have a really bitchy face sometimes.
So
what's interesting in the lifestyle though, too, is that so often the people, like the couples that you interact with, they're looking, they'll actually sometimes specifically say in like a dating app or whatever, that they're looking for couples that have a really strong relationship.
Yeah.
That's what they want. They only want to be with, they don't want the potential drama and everything that may ensue if they're dealing with a couple that doesn't have a good strong relationship and a good foundation, because you need that in the lifestyle. You need a good foundation. So it's kind of interesting, and we've talked about that too, where
that's a big turn on for me with a
we
couple.
we want to be with couples that have that their relationship is primary to everything else that goes around them when it comes to the lifestyle.
Like, you can see they're best friends.
You can tell that they are looking out for each other and everything. And that's what we want. Those are the kind of couples that, if we're with a couple, that's the kind of couple we want to be with and we're most comfortable with.
And see, that I think is just such one of the biggest misconceptions about, people in the lifestyle, is that like everyone is just free flowing and you don't value your relationship, and how could you if you're entertaining like it. I'm by no means an expert at all, but I tell people, I'm like, it's not, it's so far from what the perceptions that people have. That's, I think, based from maybe a couple of movies and maybe their own insecurities.
It is weird. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I think like talking, and so one of the most fascinating things is like just talking to people and finding out what brought them to this point, right? And it's always just very, very interesting. And so I people watch, like when I used to live in New York, I would sit on a stoop and just watch people walk back and forth. And so I'm really fascinated by that. Like, I watch The View every day. Like, I'm the only guy I know that watches The View. There's other guys that watch it.
You may be the only guy that watches it, period.
Like, I know all their names. I know the theme song, the whole bit, right? Awesome. And so, but I'm curious to like women's perspectives. Like, it's interesting to me, right? And so I think when I hear like misconceptions and people saying certain things, I'll sometimes I'll mute up and don't say anything, because I don't want to seem as if I'm arguing a point, because then the easy assumption is, well, I didn't know you and Leah. And I'm like, no, it's not. But like, there's an understanding that I have that it's not what you think. And I'm not really interested in trying to persuade you otherwise. So let's just part ways. Let's just go. All right.
But I get it though. I get it where it is counterintuitive when you look at people that are practicing ethical non-monogamy. I know that even before we got involved, you have the misconceptions of like, number one, that people will fuck anybody and it's just a rage fest, people fucking, and that's the way it is. Right. And nobody says no. But also the misconceptions of, the questions of like, well, why even get married? Or your partner mustn't satisfy you. Then you're out looking for other ways to be satisfied, or there's some kind of hole in your relationship where you're trying to make up for something that you're missing. On a certain level, I understand that. I understand that where those questions arise, right? Because I think it is counterintuitive that statistically that the people who are practicing ethical non-monogamy overall typically have better communication patterns and stronger relationships than those that don't, oftentimes, because they can't do it if they didn't, right? Because it opens up there's a lot of potential problems, potential downsides that can happen when it comes to jealousy, when it comes to any of that kind of stuff, where if you don't have a good communication with your partner, and if you don't have a solid foundation, and you don't have those kind of skills that all relationships need, whether it's, monogamous relationships or not, you're going to have problems, and you potentially can self-destruct. So that's where it is kind of counterintuitive that those relationships oftentimes are on a pretty damn good, solid foundation.
Well, it's easier, I think, in monogamy to take each other for granted. You don't have as many insecurities. You're not going to watch your partner with someone else and remember that it's a gift that they are yours and you get to go home with them in the same way that you do with ethical non-monogamy, which reminds you all the time that I just feel like it prompts you to appreciate each other.
I love that. That's interesting. I never even thought of it that way. Huh.
I'm gonna have to play that back because I need to hear that one more time.
I just repeat it.
Say it again.
I feel like with monogamy versus ethical non-monogamy, in monogamy, it's easier to take each other for granted. It's easier to just be like, I know they're going to be there for me, and you don't have to show as much appreciation all the time. Whereas with ethical non-monogamy, you're witnessing them being appreciated and savored by other people. And it reminds you, I have a gift. This is mine. I get to go home with this person every day. And I feel like it keeps you on track with loving and nourishing each other more when you witness how desirable your partner is to other people regularly.
I never thought of that. Like, never thought of that. And it makes, like, it's perfect. And one could then take what you just said, because I can hear a million arguments. Well, I can hear like 10 arguments, but it can keep you on your toes. It keeps the communication. It keeps you checking in. Maybe you don't like something that you liked 6 months ago. I think all these things. And I think, one of the biggest things, and it just happens where it's just like, honey, I'm home. All right. Well, all right, I'm going to bed now, honey. All right, dear. Good night. Right. Versus like, it's just, I never thought of that.
Or even like I see couples where they're not the nicest to each other. Like vanilla couples who are not the nicest to each other. Now imagine that couple goes to a lifestyle party and this girl, let's just say the original couple, the woman is bitchy to her husband. I'm just going to say that because I'm a woman. So let's just say the woman is just generally snippy and bitchy with her husband. Then they go to a lifestyle party and other women are being really sweet to him and being like, you're really cool. Like, you're a musician. That's so amazing. And they're like so excited about it. Then you as a wife are going to be like, oh, fuck. Shit, he is a musician. He is amazing. And I'm not telling him all the time. And this other woman is. I need to up my game and appreciate my husband. So, it's like, well, I feel like it's just kind of human nature.
And I think where you're getting at too, I want to just point out, you're not talking about like where it's fear-based, like putting yourself in a situation where I have to feel fearful,
right?
Like you're competing. Yeah, it's not like that.
Yeah.
I want to make
it's just like a reminder.
Yeah. I want to make it clear. Yeah. It's just reminding that what you have is awesome. It's almost like, this is a bad analogy. I'm going to use that analogy actually, but well, it's almost, I'll say it just because, but it's not, but I'm going to preface it by saying it's not a great analogy, but it's kind of like when you go out if you double date with a couple, and I don't mean double date like in a,
yeah.
I'm saying, I would just mean like your friends.
Going to dinner.
You go out to dinner and, your friend, someone from work, or I don't know, whatever, another couple. And, how many times do you sometimes, leave that dinner or whatever it was with your spouse and you go, oh my God, I'm so glad that like that was so awkward.
That's a great analogy.
And terrible. Like that was, I so appreciate you. You almost suddenly have a newfound appreciation. Like, oh my God.
That is a great analogy. And like, it's a great analogy in a vanilla world, I guess. Right. So I guess that is the comparison to being in the lifestyle. And it could possibly go further. You're going to dinner and you're watching how this couple talks to each other and handle each other all night. And now they're snippy and the vibe is different and it's awkward now. And, one person storms off and you're like, geez, guys, I thought this was supposed to be a fun Friday.
Yeah. Exactly. And then you look at your partner and you're like, I love you so much. I'm so thankful for my partner.
And that has happened. And it's also happened in reverse where like we drive home and it's just silence. And I'm like, you sure you want to ride with me or you want to walk home?
We've had those days too.
Yeah. So, okay. So
and actually, I kind of wanted to walk.
You know what? Before you move to the next thing, can I take a couple minutes? I can barely think. I have to pee so bad. Do you mind if I take a couple minutes? Just hold on.
Yes.
You know what? I should probably go too, as long as he's going, so I don't have to go in a couple minutes.
Okay.
So we have two bathrooms.
Not the same bathroom.
No, different bathrooms.
You guys got to come back, okay?
Yeah. Yes.
15 minutes later, sweaty.
Oh yeah. Wedlocked and loaded.
Wedlocked and loaded.